Les, where are you? Here he is. We are with Gowan Clews from Hayes FM. Hello! And we are at Speaker's Corner.
It's wonderful to see Nikki and Les.
Yes, we've had a very nice lunch together. And so we just wanted to ask you a few things. My first question is, I understand that you've been at Park Run today.
At Park Run on Saturdays, I'm always doing finished tokens.
Oh, yes.
And then at Park Run on Sundays, which is the junior Park Run, I'm always one of the timekeepers.
Ah, brilliant. So, next question.
I can't remember what it is. Bang, and we're back. We're back in the... So, Gowan, I believe that you are currently learning the ukulele.
Totally out of the blue, a friend asked me a few months ago, have you ever played the ukulele? And I said no. And then I thought, well, now's a good time to start. So a certain friend helped me find one on eBay, and I went and bought it, and I started having lessons. Now, the lessons, for anyone interested, on YouTube, someone called Bernadette Teaches Music.
We love your shows on Hayes FM.
Thank you.
My question is, how do you pick your music? Because it is such an eclectic mix.
There are two shows. One is a What's On in the Hayes area, where I talk about music that's happening, live music. So there'll be blues, there are cover bands, classical, all the rest of it. So I get there. I have a website that has lots of theatre, lots of live music. So I go through the music that's happening, and then I try where possible to find examples of the bands, generally on iTunes, sometimes on Bandcamp. Every show I do has some comedy, which is, I use Polly Morris, who's an amazing singer-songwriter. When it comes to the 2-hour show on the Tuesday, it's recorded in 6 segments, each 16 or 17 minutes long, and each segment tends to have something in it. So it might be all new music, 3 of a kind, where I play 3 pieces of music, the title, they have something in common, and that tends to be the title. And then one section will have a light-hearted quiz.
We love the quiz.
And then I have a list of artists who get played quite a lot. So Polly Morris is on virtually all the time because she's very funny and she's clean. And trying to find comic songs which are clean is actually quite tricky. Even listening to Michael McIntyre or Jasper Carrott recently, and a number of strong swear words can't play it. But each segment has to be a certain length. So finding a song that fits to finish off the segment is again a great way of discovering music in my library. And yes, it's nice having lots of variety. So there's classical music will be in there. There's all sorts of stuff. Just keep it interesting, and by and large keep it optimistic. So keep it relatively cheerful. I'm not going to be playing stuff that's miserable or downbeat or anything like that. Occasionally there'll be a song about the homeless in there, and occasionally there'll be social type songs. But I try and avoid politics and keep it interesting, varied, and with some comedy and humour in it as well.
We will put a link in the description to Hayes FM. Uxbridge Folk Club. So are you a member of the folk club, or are you involved with the folk club? I know that you've talked about it.
I'm a member of Uxbridge Folk Club. Peter Snavid is also a presenter at Hayes FM, and he's one of the organisers. So I sort of hear about things, and I will, on the What's On show on the Monday, I talk about Twitfolk and Twickenham a lot, but I will always talk about Uxbridge Folk Club.
Has Merry Hell ever played at Uxbridge Folk Club? Is there any plans? Big Merry Hell fan, me.
I don't know. They are going to be in London. They're going to be at the Half Moon.
Oh, the Half Moon, yeah. An afternoon show, isn't it?
It is.
I've seen them there in the afternoon, and it's a brilliant venue, really good. So, well, thank you very much for your time, Gowan, and the fruit cake and the apple cakes and the scones.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to let Gowan get back on his soapbox because we've got to catch a train.